All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Wednesday evening, right about 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've got some awesome role players on the line here, and we're going to do our first session of Fallout. Welcome to the Wasteland, baby. Starting with Cosmic Flux. Who and what are you, sir?
I am Cosmic Flux. I am going to be playing Scribe Jessica Howard ad Victorium.
Alex, you're next.
All right. Golden Bit here. Please follow me on YouTube. Do a lot of cool shit on there. But I'm playing today Skipper, the Wandering Wastelander. So,
Miss Dragon.
I am Soldato Dragos. Don't follow me anywhere, please. Today I am playing Vault Dweller Hilo 34 Theta Hilo.
Excellent. And last but not least, Windmark.
It's David here. I'm playing Jonesy, the ghoul, the civilized ghoul. And I've got a channel, Palindrome Paladin, on YouTube. Occasionally post stuff up there, so you can follow if you like. Appreciate it.
He runs awesome games, by the way.
Thank you.
All righty. So we're going to start a little intro music, and I'll start the preamble, and then we'll go into it. Let me know if you guys can all hear the background music.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And in the immortal words of Fallout 4, war. War never changes. And that's all I remember from it, so we'll move on from there. We find our characters in... they haven't yet actually come together, and because I'm a mean and cruel SOB, I'm going to focus on Hilo 34 Theta Hilo as you're just waking up in your cryo chamber. It's cold. You're damp. You realize you're alone. Your tube, your cryo chamber opens. You see things in the peripheral of your vision skittering and flying, and it's very disconcerting, and you don't feel too good. And just for a second, you think, okay, I'll step out, and when you do, your legs give out, and you fall. You catch yourself, and you're on very cold grating. You can see all the other cryopods around you are broken and in disarray and look very, very old. It was just yesterday that you went into cryosleep as part of Vault 111. Everything was fine, and now it doesn't look fine. You look around, and it's just destruction. You can see light pouring in from somewhere. You look to your left, and you see what appears to be a corridor, and that's the only exit that you can see. You scream out for help, and there's no answer, just the cold echo of silence. What do you do?
I start to army crawl toward the light.
Yeah, and with each excruciating climb or crawl from these muscles that haven't been used in you don't know how long, a cold sweat breaks out. There's a chill. You're pretty sure it's not that cold in here. But you get to the T section and you look and you see you can go right and you go left, and you see light emanating from what appears to be sunlight. And you hear some funny noises. You move forward towards the light?
I go toward the light.
Of course you do. As you move forward, you see something standing in front of you. Just right before the entrance, on the deck where you would open the vault, you see somebody standing there. And he's dressed kind of in leathers, and you know, it looks like something out of that really old holovid Mad Max that you heard. You never saw it, but you remember your parents talking about it. And you see Skipper standing there, and he's looking around, and he sees you on the ground. Skipper, you see this? Well, Theta, go ahead and describe what you look like.
I mean, not good. I'm tattered. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
Blue jumpsuit.
I just, yeah. standard Vault Tech jumpsuit. I've got my Pip-Boy on, and that is all that is familiar to me at this point. And I just look up helplessly.
And what does she see when she looks at you, Skipper?
Well, she sees, dark-skinned man with braids just going back on, kind of raggedy. Look like they've been just through it, some worn leather and some boots, with a pipe on the side and some shades. And
A pipe? Did you say a pipe gun at your side?
Gun. Yeah, pipe gun at his side. Yeah.
You look past Skipper, and you see a young man with some sort of, almost looks like paper. You heard of paper. You never really used it, but you've heard of paper. And he's got some sort of stick in his hand, and he's writing these. Like it looks like he's writing, but normally you would use your Pip-Boy for that. Why nobody writes on paper? And you see scribe Jessica, a young female. Why don't you go ahead and describe yourself, Jessica, as you see this vault, as your wasteland friend has managed to open the vault. You don't know how. I don't think he knows how he did it either, but he's seems like he's pretty confident on what he's doing. As you see this young lady in a Vault Tech blue and yellow jumpsuit, kind of crawling her way, hair all matted, looking up at Skipper. Go ahead and describe what you look like.
Jessica's a woman with. I can't even hear myself.
Yeah, I'm turning it down.
You guys can also turn it down within Foundry, just so you know too.
If you go to the little musical note, is that better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So
there.
You see this vaulty look up in her tattered, or her jumpsuit's not tattered. It's actually quite clean, but it's very soaking wet, and her hair's matted, and extreme confusion look on her face. What does she see when she looks at you?
Scribe Howard is average height, probably wearing what would appear to be some sort of military style uniform. Though probably not any sort of military uniform that Hilo would be familiar with. I believe typically it's a fairly bulky, armored outfit, hat. Jessica's wearing a laser pistol and a holster at her side. There also appears to be another sidearm, probably in like a shoulder holster, and probably looking around a little bit nervously, curiously. Pretty sure this is the first time I've ever seen a vault opened and this scene in front of me.
Yeah, and you can see Theta as you look around, as your senses start, and you feel blood flowing through your legs and your limbs now, and you think you might be able to stand as you pull yourself up on the rungs that where the like almost like a cupola is for the controls to the Vault Tech door, and you remember seeing them. And as you look around, you see like a skeleton in a lab coat, and then you see like a military guy in fatigues, but it's a skeleton, and you think you see something. It looked like a roach, but it was like the size of a small dog, and it scurries into the darkness somewhere. It's quite creepy, but that's not as creepy as when you look over just inside the vault door, standing just in front of Jessica, the scribe. You see I can't even describe. I'm gonna let him describe it. Mr. Ghoul, go ahead and describe what you look like.
I guess he's kind of a very thin male with ashy, almost grayish skin, kind of stretched tight over his bones,
You say he's ghoulish?
I didn't say that. That didn't come out of my
No nose, no ears.
dry looking lips. Yeah. And but the one thing you notice though is that his eyes appear to be like almost have a sparkle to them, and seem to constantly dart around, taking in everything around them. Okay.
Theta, why don't you go ahead and give me a luck roll? So we're gonna have our first roll of the night. So on your character sheet, you can just well, first of all, do you want to buy any action points? Do you want to because you're gonna roll 2 dice, and you're gonna want to get under a 5. So there's really the target numbers are expressed in levels of difficulty, meaning how many successes you get on a dice. So in your case, you're going to roll. Starting off, you're going to roll 2 dice with, and you're going to want to get a 5 or less on one of those dice. You only need 1 success.
These are D20?
Yeah, it's always D20s. Yeah, the only time you roll D6s is when you do damage. So,
Right.
so if you
I'm not gonna buy any additional.
Okay. So did last time when we did the session 0, did I have you guys set up the D20 roller down in
Yeah.
your macros? Okay, so yeah, if you click
I believe
that,
so, yeah.
yeah, if you click that, you're going to see where it's going to say attribute 1. You're going to change that to a 5. You're going to change the skill to 0. You're going to leave the tag box unchecked. And complication is going to stay at 20, and you're going to click on the 2. I think it defaults to 2, and then you'll just click roll, and you're hoping for a 5 or less. Well, look at you with double successes. So, point of mechanics. You see underneath where it says successes, you see the 1 and the 17. If you have a talent or an ability that allows you to re-roll a die, no matter if it's a skill roll or a combat roll or whatever, and you want to re-roll one of those dice, you just click the die that you want to re-roll, and then you click re-roll, and it will automatically retally your successes or complications if you get them. Complications are if you roll a 20, sometimes depending on how you built your character, it might be a 19 or a 20. And if you get a complication, you have a couple of choices. You can tell me something bad that happens. You may still succeed at what you're trying to do, but if you get a complication, something negative happens, or something bad. Doesn't always have to be super negative, but if you're in combat, you can say you run out of ammunition, so that gun is useless until you have a chance to reload it. If it's a social situation, you commit some sort of faux pas. If you roll multiple complications, then it gets worse, of course. Or you can say, I don't have a clue, GM, you can think of something, in which case I get 2 threat that I get to add to my pool down there. Can you guys see the party AP, the party action points?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this brings the next point. When you roll any kind of skill or combat and you get more successes than what were needed, so in this case, Theta needed 1 success, but let's say she actually got 2. She could take that 1 extra success and she could click the plus sign on the party AP and add it to the pool. And it stays in the pool, but as scenes, or right now we're not in combat, so as scenes change, that AP reduces by 1. In combat, it reduces by 1 every round. But in combat, you guys are all rolling, so you'll be adding to it. So I start with 4 action points, which I can use on my bad guys or to make a story, more challenging or interesting. You guys can also spend action points and luck points as well to add story items. So you can say, okay, well, a whirly bird comes out of nowhere to save our bacon, and if it's plausible and I feel it's okay, I agree to it. If I don't, I veto it. And unfortunately for you guys, I have the last say, but I'm not that mean. Or am I? So that's the basic mechanics. We'll get into everything else and as questions pop up. So you made your success. You managed to keep those dreams that you were having back. You had some horrible dreams while you were in cryostasis, but nothing's prepared you for what you see in front of you. So you're able to get to your feet. You think you can talk.
Who are you? Where am I? What's going on?
You're in a vault. Do you need help? You look pretty bad.
Where is everybody? What happened? What happened here?
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but so you came out of there, right?
Who the
Is
fuck
there
is that?
stuff
What
in
is
there?
that?
Oh, don't. That's just my friend there. He's very useful, very resourceful. But see, we're here to get into that vault to get that stuff out of there. So if you could help us out with that, it would be great. We'd give you some food. You look hungry.
I mean, I guess. Okay. All right. Yeah. Come in.
Okay, cool. All right. I'll straighten my baseball cap that I have on, you know. It says Dodgers on it. And it's filthy and tattered, and I will saunter on in.
Yeah, there's almost this like dry, you know, like when you haven't moved in a while, or like old people, their bones kind of crack, and you hear that. It's almost like parchment, you know, rubbing against when he walks, because he's just very dry and crusty and ashy. You're a ghoul. What do you want?
To find lotion.
Yeah, he's been on a quest for 35 years to find some Jergens. Some baby lotion. That's all I need. Baby lotion. I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just one shot and I get a promotion.
All right. So Theta, he's offered you some food. What food do you offer her, Skipper?
Just some Brahmin jerky, just a little bit that I've been, a little bit that I've been putting on.
So he hands you this piece of beef jerky that doesn't look like any jerky you've ever seen. But you also are not quite sure you've eaten. You don't remember the last time. Well, you ate just earlier this morning, but this morning was about 100 and something years ago. As you realize, as you look at your Pip-Boy and look at the date.
I take it and I eat half of it, but I'm conscious of that I don't know what's going on, and the next time I might be able to eat, so I put the rest of it in my pocket, and when I do, I find my switchblade there, and remember that I had a switchblade in my pocket, and pull it out and kind of keep it hidden behind my leg, just in case, because these people look a little bit shifty.
I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
I'll go ahead and dig my first aid kit out of my pack, just in case. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything a first aid kit would be good at right here, but
No.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, she looks healthy. I mean, she doesn't look malnourished. She just, she's a little pale probably, and looks queasy if nothing else. And then, of course, extremely disoriented. As you guys are standing there, you hear some, and actually, Scribe, you would probably hear it because you're the one closest to the outside. You hear some buzzing noise. Like, and it sounds like it's coming from about 2 different directions.
All right. Is it something I've dealt with before? Have I heard that sound before?
You can give me a let's see, Scribe. Let's look at your skills here. So for those that are watching along, as you can see on the screen here, these are the skills that the character has. Anything with a check mark means it's a tag skill, which means he gets bonuses if he rolls equal to or less than that number of whatever skill is. But let's see, you can give me a survival roll. And actually the ghoul can as well.
Survival roll? Okay.
Yes, survival. Oh, I love it.
Complication.
So, Cosmic, you've given me a complication.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, Theta, you did roll an extra success. Do you choose to add that to the pool, or did you can use it?
I banked it.
Okay, yeah, because you can also increase your outcome. In other words, you needed 1 success. If you decided to spend the other success, you would have felt better and maybe not have needed the food or something to that aspect. And our ghoul failed as well as this bzzz. is getting louder. And when
It
you
wasn't good.
Scribe, when you look over your shoulder. Now, for everybody following along at home and for my players, I could not get the map to line up. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't think I'm actually doing anything wrong. So basically, the map is just going to be a background for us. Fallout, like most Modifius games, uses abstract ranges. So close combat, near, far, medium and far. So the map is just a background. It has no bearing on the game. You're actually just outside the vault. I couldn't find a cool picture of the vault like I wanted. So what we're going to do is, as you turn your turn over your shoulder there, Scribe, and Jonesy, you see and hopefully they pop up on your map. Does everybody see the blood bugs?
Oh, just blood bugs.
Yep.
That's all. Okay, good.
Yeah, well, they're also the size of a large dog, so should have cause to make you a little nervous. So what's going to happen is we are going to start combat. So, what I'm going to do here is, remember, we are going to begin. Oops. There's a way to pull this out. I got to remember how to do it now. You guys can go ahead and roll your initiative. So if you look on the fist icon in Foundry, you'll see a D20 next to you. You can go ahead and roll that, and it should give you your initiative.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So, let's see. So, oh, all right. I'm gonna redo it because I kind of hosted.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've run on Foundry, so I have to remember.
So what do we do to get in the initiative counter?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you here.
Okay.
Just a second. Let me.
I'm looking.
Boom. There we go. All right. Now I can go back to here. So go ahead and roll the D20 next to your name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the combat tracker. You can also hit that little plus icon and pull the combat tracker out.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, and I also have a module called Pop Out installed. So if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you can click Pop Out, and if you have multiple monitors or a big screen, you can move it over to the other monitor if you so need to. So I'm going to kind of cover my big ugly mug because nobody needs to see me. And if you guys click the D20 next to your name in the combat tracker, it should roll your initiative.
Yep, I'm in there.
Hard in the cup.
Mhm.
I'm going to do it. Well, I restarted it, so you guys, all right. So
I'm still seeing my number there.
yeah, so and we didn't change your names, so we'll have to do that after this session. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So Theta, you get to go first. So this is considered close range right now. So whatever, you have a switchblade, so you get in combat, you get two actions. You get a movement and an attack. There are some very limited situations where you can get extra attacks, but it's very few and far between. But you could double move, you could move attack, you could attack move. The choice is yours.
So they're close enough that I could attack with a switchblade?
You would have to move your token right next to one in order to attack it. And then before you do anything, I'll show you how to select that token so that you can attack it.
Okay. Yeah, I want to the closest one and flail like mad.
So if you
with a
click on your token, you should be able to drag it right up to that and let go. Boom. And so in order to highlight the bug, in the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see a little concentric circle, a bullseye, in the little menu over there on the left-hand side of the screen.
Yep.
You click that, and you'll see showing a light blue, showing that you've already targeted. Now you open up your character sheet.
Yep.
and you would go ahead and click your attack. In your case, I think you're doing a switchblade.
Yep.
All right.
So click that, and I get 2 dice to roll on that.
It looks like it. Now you can. I'll be nice and leave the 1 die in there, but you can buy up to a maximum of. You can only ever roll 5d20. So you can give me some action points if you so desire, and you could increase that 2 dice pool to 3.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that clearly. I am flailing.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So unfortunately, that is a miss. So, and of course
Ugh.
the blood bug is bzz, bzz, and it swings out of your move. So then what we do on the combat tracker here is down at the bottom you'll see some arrows. You're going to click the singular arrow and click it once, and then it should go to the scribe. It should be his turn.
To the next person, yeah.
Yeah. Do you see that? The arrow down at the bottom of the combat tracker?
Not yet. Maybe when it's my turn.
Yeah, it should be Cosmic's turn. I'll do it. There you go.
Yeah,
Cosmic, it is now your turn.
Yeah, I think you just may have them.
You could stab it with your pen.
In Fallout, is there penalties for shooting like at the?
I will say that there typically is.
Exactly.
Which would happen is I would make the difficulty 1 higher, but in this case the blood bug has kind of flown up above her. So as long as you don't critically fail, you should be okay to shoot at it if you so desire. But I would love it if you shoot Theta in the back. That would be awesome.
No, that's probably.
I'll make it that easy on him.
I don't have to curl up with her tonight, so it's okay with me.
Yeah, it's
I didn't even realize you were wearing a Pip-Boy t-shirt. You are all in, young lady. Righteous.
That was a.
Oh, and he's got Nuka-Cola. Right on. Well,
Nice.
Alex and David, you guys are losers.
Yeah.
You didn't come prepared. Oh, look at that. So, so with your laser pistol, you got 2 successes. Now,
Nice,
you have an
nice.
option. Unless you have some talents or there'd be perks. If you have any perks that allow you to adjust your hit location, you would roll a single d20, and we would figure out where you hit. But you can take that extra success, because you only needed 1, and you could pump it into damage, so you could roll an extra damage die. And if you look at your weapon, there should be a damage section on there.
As far as
Under
rolling,
weapons.
Yeah, rolling location.
Yeah.
Is that just roll a d20?
Just roll a d20.
So it's not the Fallout d20.
Well, do you have the dice? What do you mean, the Fallout D20?
D20 on the bottom of the.
Yeah, and on your
bottom of the
macro
chat.
bar down there, the D20 roller. Oh no, you can.
yeah.
Well, yeah, you can roll that and tell me where you hit. I mean,
I don't
not
know.
everybody has access to that, so
Oh. Okay.
show off. He has a physical Fallout D20 that has hit locations on it.
I got it in the
that's
head.
cool.
You got it in the head, okay?
Nice. Nice.
And he's got to show off his book too. Where do you
got
live
it.
again? I'm, don't worry if you hear any strange noises at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just your friendly neighborhood GM. I have an interesting story though. I'm getting the rule book for free. My local game store hosed me on my Pathfinder adventure. One of the supplements I ordered, they couldn't get it or whatever reason. So I took the $26 or whatever and put it towards the pre-order of the Fallout book. And he's like, you know what? I'll cover the difference
Nice.
since, you were so
Nice.
patient. So yeah, it all worked out. All right. So it looks like you did 3 points of damage to its head. Now it has a defense of 2. It doesn't have. It's only immune to radiation. That is not radiation, though, is it? It
is not.
It is not. It is electrical, right?
That's what the. Okay,
energy.
got it. Energy.
It's
That's that
energy,
little
yeah.
zap.
So
That
it's
zap
immune
means
to
energy.
radiation, but not. So if I remember correctly, and I have only 10,000 different rules going through my head, defense is what you subtract from your successes. It's like it's armor.
Okay.
And if it's not, we'll roll with it and we'll double check it later or when we take a break, because we will take a quick break. But something's telling me defense is how many dice you need to actually, how many successes you need, but I don't remember. It'll take me a minute. But we'll roll with it right now. So you did get a headshot. I will give you an extra die of damage because you got a headshot. So down there in your, you can roll an extra d6. And because you got an extra success, did you want to add that to dice, or did you already do that?
I did not add it to dice. That's
Okay.
2 more damage.
So 2 more. So if you wanted to add that extra AP, you could, or you could bank it for somebody else who wants to buy extra dice.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop it in the party pool.
Okay, cool. So you raise the party pool to 2, so that's awesome.
Yep.
The way buying extra dice works is the first dice costs 1 action point. The second dice costs 2. The third one costs 3. So a total of 6 action points would get you 3 extra d20s to roll. But in this case, you did 5 points of damage to it. So I'm going to say it explodes. Now, I'm being generous because it's your very first encounter and we just kind of want to get through it. They have 9 hit points, but we're going to say you obliterated that one. So he comes to the rescue. So
You are a benevolent GM.
I am. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
And welcome to the Mr. Nice channel.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait, it's going to
Bring you
get better,
along from a
baby.
different
It's going to
dimension.
get better.
Right.
I'm just warming you up.
What
Soften
if-
you up until you're in a lackadaisical attitude, and then all of a sudden, what is the big monster thing? I forgot what it's called. The dire. What is it? The big
Deathclaw.
Deathclaw comes out and rends
Deathclaw.
you all to pieces. So,
OP, man.
alrighty. So after Cosmic, it's Jonesy.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got no buttons on here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I took it. I'll do it. You should, but it could be. This is fan made, so what we all have to remember is this is not official by Modifius. Modifius has said yes, please go ahead and do it, but they haven't released anything official. This is all done by fans of the game and fans of Foundry.
Okay.
So we have to thank all those people that worked
Nice.
hard on it. And
Okay.
it's workable.
Shout out to
It's
them.
usable. Yes, thank you. Alrighty, so Jonesy, my favorite ghoul, you are up,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. I do have a pipe gun.
Yeah, you're at short range.
But it's close range. Yeah.
Yeah.
So am I within range?
You would have to move
use
about
it?
half that distance to get there, to be
Okay,
within
alright.
range.
Okay.
Because you can use
so,
that pipe pistol in close combat, correct? Or is it
Yeah.
only short range?
I
believe
have
it's both.
on here. I have on
Both
here
barrels.
pipe gun. Come on, I got a little bit of lag, so sorry.
That's
guys.
okay.
Actually, here I'll look here because I had it up. Pipe gun, small guns,
Close.
physical damage,
Close.
quarters.
Yeah,
and
so
unreliable.
you have to
Yeah.
get right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
you
you
want me
gotta
up a
you
little
gotta spend
closer? Okay.
you can spend your whole movement to get right next to it.
Okay, so I can't.
And
do that.
again,
Okay.
the whole time you hear bzzz.
So I wow, I got a little lag. I weave in between these the
Cars.
car wreckage there. Yeah.
All right.
And I've seen these things out in the wild before, but I saw how our scribe just kind of, without even barely looking, just took it out.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty.
He popped it
confident
hard.
That, you know.
I hear you,
So
man.
I'm
I
pretty-
hear you.
I'm pretty. Jonesy's pretty confident that he can do the same, and he doesn't want to look bad in front of these people anyway. You know.
Right.
So
Don't blame you.
So he runs up with the pipe gun and holds it up and pulls the trigger.
Okay. And Cosmic, while we're waiting, would you look under attacks in your spanky new book and make sure what the defense is? Is it subtract? I believe it subtracts from the damage, but I'm not. Or is that make it the target number of what you need to hit?
And does piercing matter?
Piercing. These guys have no armor, so piercing
okay,
does
so it doesn't
not
matter.
unfortunately.
Okay.
If they had
Okay.
armor, like if you were going to shoot.
Just like something that was
Skipper,
obviously armored, like
you know,
a
he's got a
beetle or
little bit of
something
armor.
like
I
that,
think it would hurt.
Okay.
You would
Okay.
get through. I think 1 point. You have 1 point of armor, piercing, or 2.
No, Cosmic did with his laser pistol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these
Yeah.
things don't have any armor per se.
Yeah.
It's
all right.
difficulty equal to
So on
target.
your character sheet,
Yep.
you're going
I
to go
click
under
pipe
weapons. Yep.
Gun. Yep.
And you're
I
going
got the
to.
little pop-up window.
Yep. And so you've got 2 dice. Now, a point of
Mhm.
courtesy is to when it's party action points, you generated 2, so you've got 1. You could add an extra die to damage, or you could put it in the pool, or as a point of courtesy, when you're spending party action points, it's considered common courtesy to ask the group of, hey, can I spend some of these dice?
There's
And
no
you are a
courtesy. There's no
civilized
courtesy in
ghoul.
Fallout.
You are a civilized ghoul, so I just see
Can
him
you put on
speaking with like
pants
a
for this
British
and
accent.
everything?
Indubitably. I do say,
Excuse me,
does anyone
gentlemen.
mind if I use...
Hilo, can you please stop staring at me? You know, it's like I gotta focus on what I'm doing here. No, I will not. But you did mention luck.
Oh, yeah, so your luck stat, it allows you to do a couple different things. You could re-roll, but you have to re-roll before I tell you if you succeeded or failed. You are stuck with the re-roll, whatever it may be. You can use it to, you can spend a point of luck. I believe, I don't have my cheat sheet. Or do I?
I mean, that's just a general idea. Is cool. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Just before I commit. I don't want to slow us down too much.
Yeah, I do have the core book up, but because I'm recording, I
Okay.
didn't want to block out the screen.
No. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. All right. Well, Jonesy's going for it.
All right.
All right. Okay. So, clicking the button here. So let's see what happens.
Well, you've already hit, so you don't need to roll d20s. You're going to roll your damage dice. Yeah. So we can get
Okay.
rid of that. And you're not using any extra action points or anything. Now, you did generate 1. So we'll check back with Cosmic. Did you find anything on defense?
Yeah, you need number of successes.
Okay, so you didn't generate. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't quite sure. So you got 2 successes, which is exactly what you needed. So because the defense 2 means you need 2 successes to hit them. Is that correct, Cosmic? Sound right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So you didn't generate any extra action points. There are 2 in the pool that you could use, but you've said you don't want to. So then what you'll do on your character sheet under weapons, under damage, you'll click the 3 with the Pip-Boy icon. You see that?
Yes. I do
just
see
click that and it
Okay.
should roll your dice.
Oh, okay. So another window pops up.
Yep, another window pops up because you get the option to
roll.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Come on.
And I apologize to everybody at home. We're all learning the system. So, all right. So now you got the Pip-Boy, which equates to an extra point of damage, and 2 pips. So that means you got 3 damage.
3.
Now, the Pip-Boy icon means that if there's any special abilities on your weapon, they are triggered. So does the
Positive or negative or anything?
Yeah. Well, positive. Complications would be the negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Pip-Boy universally is a good thing.
Okay. Nothing. It was just close quarters.
All right.
That's
So
it.
you
That's
do
just,
you do 3 points of damage
Okay.
to this thing.
Alrighty.
It doesn't have any armor. It doesn't have any special defenses against your attack. Alrighty, and then let me go there, and we will. You don't want to do anything else, right? You're pretty much done.
No, Jonesy's
All right.
good.
So the first blood bug is dead.
Wait, hold up. Wait. I'm going to spend a point of luck.
Oh,
Go
that's
ahead
right.
and yes, so I can,
And do what?
And so I can do my turn before the bugs.
Yeah.
So we can
Oh,
start
nice.
with
Which
this.
is one of the things you can do with your luck. Is you can spend. Now the problem
Very
is it's a diminishing return because now his luck pool diminishes by 1, so that is his current luck, and so he can burn through it. And he put most of his points in luck, which was awesome because he's a very lucky guy. But it is the point of diminishing returns, and they don't come back until the next session. Or if we were playing like a 4-hour session, we'd probably go like 3 hours, take a break, and then he could rest and get them back. So, all right. So you spend a point of luck to jump ahead of the blood bug. What do you do, good sir?
Okay. I'm going to, kind of look at the jumpsuited person. Just gonna be like, hey, just hold on a second. I gotta take care of something real quick. And I just want to walk over and just step on this bug.
Well, it's
just start
flying,
kicking
and
the
it's
shit out
it's
of
the
it.
size of a dog. right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a little bug. It's
Oh.
it's got a
still step on it.
wingspan, 6 feet
oh
wing.
wait,
and-
is it out of range of my fists?
You can make a strike at it. If you miss, we'll just
Okay,
assume that it
sweet.
kind of dodged. So you need 2 successes to hit it. But yeah, you can. So basically, what you're saying is you're fronting for the female. Just trying to
Yeah,
show off a
exactly.
little bit.
That's
Gotcha.
exactly what I'm
Just
doing.
want to
That's
make sure we all
exactly-
read the same intention. Yeah. Hang on.
Okay.
You can't see me.
All right. So,
John Cena, this thing, man. Make it happen.
all right.
So you want to move your token.
and that's
It's going to be 0 successes. Now,
damn it.
because you failed and you already spent a luck point, you can't spend more than 1 luck point in a scene. So you're done. So, and
That's it.
That's you right there,
Alright.
right?
Yeah, I can't move my.
That's you?
Can't move my guy. Yeah, that's me.
You can't move them.
I can't. I'm trying to drag him, but it's
Okay.
not.
Let me double check. Make sure you got rights. Wow,
Mhm.
that popped it all the way out.
I hope so.
Yeah, that would suck if you didn't. Configure.
There's no
permissions.
rights in Fallout.
Yeah.
There's none.
Owner is golden. Yeah, you've got your owner. You should be able to move
He's
it.
got owner.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, you know what? And
You
that's
had
what I
the
forgot
target
to do,
thing
too.
highlighted.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have that target highlighted.
So,
you can't
point of note for your guys' thing, you can also right-click on a bug, and I believe there's a concentric circle, the targeting icon, because what happens if you hit these icons over here on this side of the screen, it stays on that until you change it. So that's
Okay.
why you couldn't drag your token.
Yep.
So yeah, just be aware. And if you guys want to bring something to my attention, I do have pings enabled. So if you left click and hold anywhere on the map, it will show your color.
We got to do it.
And
We
you'll
got to
see,
do it.
everybody's got a ping now. All you crazy kids. All right. So you've moved over,
Oh, okay.
you swung at it, and you missed. So can you move your token now?
I sincerely cannot move it.
And you have
It's
the
Little
to
meeple
the upper
icon?
left. Yeah, you got the people
Yeah,
icon
so-
highlighted
yeah, the
and the
people,
square
that's-
next to it.
And the little
Yeah,
square
both of
right
those
next
are
to the meeple
highlighted.
that says select or token control.
Yeah, they're both.
Okay,
highlighted.
I'll move you.
I don't know.
So we're going to
Thank you
put you
for
right
me.
there.
You're the best DM ever.
And you can also do an F5 on your browser and see. It might just need to refresh. There is a
Yeah.
little bit of lag and everything, and who knows? It's the wonders of the internet. So I don't even show you're connected right now. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
You just came
Okay.
back. So try to move it now. See if it'll let you. No?
Save configuration.
Yeah, left click
Oh, he's
and
got
just
it.
drag.
He's got to get that.
Like, drag.
Yeah, okay. We'll I'll move you from now on. Don't worry about it. Just tell me where you want to go.
All right, great.
Alrighty. So
And Hilo definitely noticed everything that just happened there.
Swing and a
on the
miss.
front. I assume there was some tripping involved, maybe something quite dramatic with that dramatic swing he took at that bug.
I mean, he walked up there with his chest all puffed out and just woofed it, and then it kind of gave you that look like, yeah, I meant to do that. I just want to show you how tough I am. I'm paraphrasing for you. I hope that's okay, Alex.
That's fine.
Skipper.
It's bad. That works.
Skipper.
I just started cleaning my fingernails with my switchblade.
Oh boy. Okay. That's not
Boring.
a good
I think I'll take a nap. Yeah.
look. Right.
Beige. I'll paint the ceiling beige.
Skipper, what are you
Alrighty.
doing?
All right. So we're gonna, and then we're gonna go back to the. Well, it won't let me. I gotta jump through all of you. All right. So the bug. Now that you've moved and you were aggressive to it, and it doesn't sense the ghoul because the ghoul has no blood. So to
that's
speak.
convenient.
So yeah, you become its center of attention, and so as it's flying, it's got this proboscis, and it is going to try to hit you. But because I'm a kind and benevolent GM, I'm gonna spend
Thank you.
3 action points to add 2 extra dice. So
Oh,
I'm
boy.
going to be rolling
No.
4 dice,
No.
and I do believe that
Why you gotta
this.
do me like this?
I didn't know this was
Because
a
I love
funnel.
you, bro. You asked for this, remember. Being Mr. Cocky now, you see. And it is, I believe it is a tag skill as well. So he gets his tag. And I'm rolling 4 dice. Oh, look, you got the luck of the Irish. But you know what? I'm going to spend my last action point to re-roll one of those 20s. Of course I can. It doesn't matter. It wasn't meant to. So this thing goes to strike at you, and it buries its proboscis in the ground, and it manages to. As a matter of fact, Mr. Ghoul, I'll give you a free attack. As
there you go.
Buries its proboscis in the ground, and it's bzz, 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 and it's trying to pull itself out, and I'll give you a free action point. I'll give you an extra, you only need 1 success to hit it because it's kind of immobilized.
So Jonesy will roll his eyes as only a ghoul can, and he'll say, "Skippy, what the hell are you doing? Quit dancing with the thing and kill it!" And he'll take a shot at it.
All right, you're gonna shoot it at point blank range.
Yeah.
You also got that beautiful lead pipe. Oh, you almost had a 3.
Almost, okay.
So no success. So he fires point blank with his pipe gun. Theta, you hear the retort of this very flimsy looking gun. It doesn't look good at all. I mean, it looks like it's made from spare parts. Scribe, you're kind of like, what are these people doing?
I'm definitely looking incredulously over at Jessica like, what? Why can't these guys hit anything?
I mean, I'm giving them every opportunity, right? Alrighty, so unfortunately,
mosquitoes.
Jonesy, you missed.
Okay.
Let me get back to my combat tracker. And
I just want to look back at Jonesy and just be like, we already wasted enough ammo for today. Jeez.
All right, Theta, your go. You are up. You can get to the other. Mosquito or whatever it is.
I would just like to pull out my 10mm pistol and take care of it. If that's all right with
At
you.
all right, you can
10
shoot it from there. I
Damn.
believe you have the range.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll leave our action points intact too.
Well, remember, at the end of the scene, they will disappear. But you are not skilled in the.
No, what was that?
Oh,
That was close.
Wow, I don't even know what to say.
Something.
That was close.
Small
Is that
guns.
another-
Oh, you don't
another
have any
mosquito?
points in small guns?
Why not?
No, small
Doesn't
guns
matter.
0.
Never know.
Your 3
Right,
tag
sure.
skills are in. Oh wait, you're using your 10. Did you mean to put energy weapon in small guns instead? Your 10mm pistol is a projectile weapon, so it would fall under small guns. Is that what you meant to do? Because you don't have an
Yes.
energy weapon, do you?
Thank you. No,
Okay,
I
so
have a cell.
Okay.
Won't
okay.
do me any good.
do you want to change those around?
If you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. So energy weapons will be a 0, and small guns will be a tag skill, and you will have a 3 in it. All right. So what will happen is we will go ahead and delete that. It never happened, and you can reroll.
What never happened?
Exactly. So you can go back to your weapons tab there, and you can click on the 10mm. You
See,
didn't-
that looks a lot better.
Yeah. It's not showing up on. Oh, there it goes. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Okay, so there's our first complication of the night, and you missed.
I'm really confused. I've been in that vault for God knows how long.
Now
man.
you did not
I
spend
don't know
a
what's
luck
up.
point, so you could spend a luck point to re-roll one of those. Actually, you can re-roll all the dice if you spend a luck point.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you would reduce your luck by 1, and then you would just re-roll again.
I think you may be standing too close to Abbott and Costello.
I mean,
He's rubbing off on you. Ooh.
I was gonna say it's your dice I'm working with here, apparently, Cosmic. So
Ooh, shots fired, but they probably missed. Oh, It looks like you got one success, but
Is that barely enough?
Yeah, because its
his
proboscis is stuck
is
in the ground.
submerged.
Yeah, but you did not add the damage to your weapon. Oh yeah, you do. So up there in the very top line where it says 10mm pistol, you have damage. So you just click the 4 and the Pip-Boy, and it should automatically roll your damage. Under weapons, it's the very first line. It says 10mm pistol.
See, I clicked on another thing. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Ooh, alrighty. So
Wow.
I got my own dice.
yeah, you got 4 damage, and you got 2 effects. So does the 10mm pistol have any special effects on it? Any abilities? I don't think it does.
Just close quarters and reliable.
Okay, reliable means you can ignore the first complication that you roll. So you would either the weapon or jam, or we could say it's out of ammo or something like that. So you get to ignore that. So you're fine because you re-rolled anyway. So we'll say for argument's sake that that's enough damage to blow it. You just splatter it. There's just some wings sitting there. There's no body.
Are they still flapping a little bit?
The wings, yeah, they're kind of
Gross.
yeah, they're kind of popping off everywhere.
Well, I'll be the son of a radroach. Lady can shoot.
I'll be the son of a rat.
No, right?
I just wink at Jessica.
All right. So that scene
Girl
ends,
power.
and you lose an action point because that's a scene. All right. So you've had a little taste of combat.
Yeah, you want to make some jerky out of that thing?
Ooh.
I'll see what I can do.
Now you can
Was there
harvest.
anything left to make jerky out of?
Just like in the video game, how you can harvest everything and you collect stuff. Everything is harvestable, so you can get
Everything.
Yeah, you can get things out. You can make a butchery roll, or you could. Let's see. Hold on. Scavengers
Like
can
bug
butcher
wing
a
jerky?
dead blood bug with a successful endurance plus survival test with a difficulty of 0. This yields 1 portion of blood bug meat and 1 uncommon material.
Oh wow.
All right.
All right, so endurance plus survival, you would roll.
Okay. So, well, I mean, survival is like, so if I
Well,
have
what
to
you would
attack,
do is you would click on the
I would just-
D20 roll, the D20 roller, and you would put whatever your endurance is under the attribute, and then whatever your survival skill is. And if survival is a tag skill for you, you would check that. And then you do have
so yeah,
one
there-
action point left in the pool because this. Well, actually, we'll say the scene is still going on because now
Okay, so
you're.
so does that add on extra dice for me?
Well,
or does that just add on-
etiquette would dictate that you would ask the group, "Hey, can I use action points?" The scene's kind of over, so you're going to lose them if you don't use them. So I would recommend you burn them. They don't
Yeah,
carry
so
over,
just-
so you would click on the 4 to roll for it.
Don't drop them.
Is survival a tag skill for you?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
but-
means I need to get like
You
an,
check- yeah, you-
so it's,
Actually, would he only be able to use one of those, or would we have to buy an action point for a second die?
He would have to buy. Yeah, you're right. So you would have to buy one. You'd have to give me a point, which I'm totally down with. Because remember, it's part of the
He's
economy
out,
of the game.
right?
The more points you give me, the more interesting and challenging I can make the story. So you don't want to not give me points, or it's going to be pretty boring. You know what I mean? It's kind of a give and take. So do you want to
You've
give
actually,
The guy said something about a death claw, right? That was
yeah,
you?
That was me.
You've witnessed our
Right,
rolls.
right.
What'd you
You've
say?
witnessed our rolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're making it interesting enough for ourselves.
Right, how about it, right?
All right, so
Nice.
you got a success, and the difficulty was 0, so that's a win. So you can mark on your character sheet that you have a portion of blood bug meat and 1 uncommon material, which most likely would be the proboscis. Proboscis.
Yeah.
Proboscis?
Nice, nice.
My wife's a scientist. I am not. I just sleep with one, so I don't know if that counts or not. My wife.
You don't get it via osmosis.
You sure? You positive? I keep trying.
That's a sciencey thing.
It's just excellent. She's gonna come in here and slap me any minute. Alrighty, so you put that now. I'll say that roll was good enough for both of them since they're in close proximity.
Okay, great.
So you've managed to
So 2 portions.
Yeah,
of
two
blood bug?
2 portions of blood bug meat. Not quite. And
Hey, we got a super fan out here.
just remember, I believe if you eat that, it will give you rads. I think it's 1
Of
rad
course.
for each
Oh,
morsel.
okay.
Yeah.
All
Now
right,
the
that
ghoul,
sounds
the
good to
ghoul
me.
has no problem with it. He can eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Radiation doesn't bother him. Alrighty. So that was just a quick and dirty combat, just to kind of let everybody know how things work. So you don't hear any more buzzing. The unfortunate part, though, is you fired a lot of gunshots, which usually, and Skipper, you would know, and probably the scribe and the ghoul for sure would know that that's probably going to draw some unwanted attention. And so you either want to get back in the vault and close the doors or get somewhere safe. And I don't believe you guys have like a town or anything that you're working out of. You've all been kind of wandering. And as a matter of fact, let's take this moment as we all kind of sit down and reload our pipe pistols and our 10 millimeter. And why don't we start with the scribe? Why are you in the wasteland? As you guys kind of take a moment to introduce yourselves and kind of help bring Theta up to speed on the state of the world.
My unit was dispatched from the capital wasteland here to the Commonwealth. We came, seeking, pre-war artifacts, technology, things like that. We were ambushed a couple weeks back. The rest of my unit didn't survive. I was the only one that made it out. And I ended up running across Skippy and Jonesy, and figured it was the best way to survive.
Okay. Skipper?
Yeah, so Skipper, he's just out here. He's just trying to live. He's a nice guy. He's trying to plunder what he can, sell what he can, and it's nice to have one of the Brotherhood, owe you a couple favors, So
Mr. Gould.
here I am.
Jonesy, he found himself kind of stranded out in the wastes, but because of his charming personality and his smart fashion sense, he kind of found himself like becoming almost like a trader of sorts, so he was kind of stumbling between a few of the local settlements, but unfortunately ran into some problems with some banditos, and fortunately Skippy was able to get him out of a hot mess, so he kind of owes him a favor.
A solid. Excellent. And Theta, you've just woken up. Is there anything about your past you want to share with them, or are you just trying to figure these morons out?
I mean, I don't remember much, and I feel like I'm starting to know as much as I need to about these morons at the moment. So I'm gonna watch my back against the gentleman and the gentleman ghoul. But I'm warming up to Jessica because she can weirdly hit the broadside of a barn somehow. So
weirdly. All right. So it is starting. Nightfall is starting to hit, and that's the Wastelander and the Scribe and probably the Ghoul know that's when the bad things come out. So you'd probably want to find shelter. You're a little ways away from any like survival or scavenger, encampments. So probably the vault's probably going to be the best place to stay. And I would imagine Skipper can scavenge enough wood to make a fire. And I don't know how many rations or how much food you guys have on yourselves. I would assume not much. But you've got some blood bug meat that you could cook. Do you guys tell me?
I definitely am going to be chewing on that half of Brahmin jerky, sort of off to the side in case anybody doesn't remember that I have it, and I'm not planning to share it.
Now, one of the options you do have is you could decide to truck on through the night and try to get to the closest settlement, which is a couple hours away. Probably put you there around midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning, depending on how fast you travel, or hunker down here in the vault. Nobody's checked the door yet to see if they can close it, but you've definitely, and Skippy, you don't even know if you actually opened it or not, or if it just happened to be fortunate timing. You're not quite sure, but I'm sure you're playing it off as you opened it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm that good, bitches.
While we're all debating that, Theta suddenly jumps up and screams, "Oh my God, Scott!" and just runs back into the vault as fast as she can.
Oh my God! So yeah,
Where are you
she's
going?
blood curdling scream, and she hauls ass back into the vault. What do you three do?
I blink a couple times, and then I'm gonna go examine the door, because this is impressive machinery, especially from something that was crafted pre-war.
Right.
Well, please go on, Scribe. Please, I love to hear you talk about old stuff all day.
Jonesy's gonna.
It just makes me anticipated, with the payment we're gonna get on it.
What's Jonesy gonna do?
Jonesy straightens his tie and adjusts his cap, and he follows Hilo into the vault because he's actually. It sounds like somebody may be in distress or aid or something, and he may be able to lend a hand.
And Skipper?
I'm gonna go ahead and follow Jonesy.
All right.
Well, meanwhile, I'm gonna be looking for stuff to kind of
Yeah,
put
there
in
you
my
go.
pocket.
There you go.
All right. So let's start with you, Skipper. Let me pull up your character sheet real quick. That's right. No, that's Jonesy. Skipper. Go ahead and give me a survival roll. Now you are tagged in that, which means if you roll a 3 or less, it counts as double success. So you can make that roll. Ooh, look at you!
Yeah.
So
there we
2
go.
successes.
Nice.
So yeah, you're able to find firewood, no problem, and you're able to find some basically these. They're about 3 inches long, basically maggots, but they're high in protein.
Yes.
Basically maggots.
Yeah. Ex-army, I've eaten maggots before, believe it or not.
Wonderful.
They're very high in protein.
They are extremely high in protein, and they are extremely nasty. But when you're hungry, finger looking good. Alrighty, so that's good. That's good for you, Skipper. You can mark that stuff down, or you don't have to mark down the firewood because you're probably you start carrying the firewood inside the vault.
Yeah.
We'll get to Theta and Fly in my office. He's unwanted.
Shoot at it with a pistol.
Oh, I would hit it.
Your pipe gun.
Scribe, you're over there at the controls. Why don't you give me a science roll? And that is tagged for you as well. Would you like to give me any action points? Nah. He's like, nah, I don't need to because I'm dope.
Who, you?
No. With your 3 successes, you realize that somehow the door is jammed. And if you had the right tools and you knew how to use them, because you don't, you could probably fix it. Because in theory, you understand how the door works. It's just a giant gear that rolls on a motor that closes it. But unfortunately, you don't have the tools. So, but you figure if you could get that motor working, you could close the door. But you got 3 successes. You think that if you got enough ass behind it, you could maybe slide it closed. At least you couldn't close it completely, but you could roll it so that the hole covers the opening. Things could still get in and out. It's probably going to be like a 6-inch gap between the actual opening and where the gear slots in. If you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I don't think we have enough ass for that, especially with Jonesy. He's at least a quarter of an ass.
Oh wow.
Ooh, man.
I heard that.
I'll eat you when you're dead. You're just parts to me. You're like a moving buffet. I just have to wait for you to stop. Anyway,
You're thinking
that's
of
not what
D&D
Jonesy
ghouls,
says.
man.
Yeah, right. I know, right?
Theta, you run. Where are you running to? You can
Back
hear
to the cryopods.
Yeah, and you hear behind you. You hear the loping of the ghoul, and then behind him you hear Skipper.
My
Shooting?
limbs are intact. I'm walking.
Yeah, but you got those big floppy feet, man. You ain't wearing no shoes. Ghouls don't wear shoes. He's got Nikes on, pre-war Nikes. They're pristine.
He's a ghoul, not a hobbit.
He's
Right,
cool.
right.
That's awesome. I'm going to give you guys an action point for that because that was just downright funny. He's a ghoul, not a hobbit. That was awesome.
You do,
All right.
you do hear a dry whistle behind you, though.
Yeah, I can't even make that sound. Theta, you
I run back to my cryopod, and as I get close, I'm a little bit afraid of what I might see, so I slow down, and I approach the cryopod, and I drop down to my knees, and I look inside, where I had recently come out of, hoping against hope that I'm going to see something alive in there.
and what would that something be?
That something would be Prescott Edward Honeycutt III, my potbelly pig.
Yeah.
Oh.
Prescott is there, but he is a dried, mummified husk.
That's a perk. Reskin dog meat.
Oh, reskin. Okay. Well, yeah, you look down and he's there. Looks like he's sleeping, and almost against hope, you're afraid, but then you see him kind of, and then as you reach out to lightly stroke his snout, which he loves, by the way, you realize that it is slightly moist and he's alive.
Outstanding. I pick him up and I slowly turn around and my eyes are filled with tears. And I just look at Jonesy and I'm not sure how he's going to react, but I'm so happy I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jonesy, you're thinking, oh my God, real bacon!
No, I'm not. I am touched.
Yes.
I am touched by this
The show of emotion.
here.
Excellent.
He is a civilized ghoul.
That's right. He wouldn't make bacon out of it.
Said
And,
everything.
Jonesy
It's a lot.
he did expect the husk of a person, but he did not expect an alive piglet to be found. So it's quite amazing and quite
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, all right. So seeing that there's no medical emergency apparently here, I will turn back and maybe because I'm assuming that Hilo is very into her pig right now. Maybe I'll kind
It's a
of
private
guide
moment.
her back towards the entrance to the vault.
Yeah, no.
And given that reaction, Hilo does start to feel a little more comfortable with this freakish mass of a civilized being beside her.
At least one of us does.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, no problems. You're able to back out quietly as she has this tender moment with her pigling, her piglet. Skipper, you come out and see the scribe is feverishly working over the controls and possibly muttering to himself and flipping switches and knobs, and you see every now and then a spark, and he's muttering to himself and then writing in his little book. Do you just continue to build the fire and get everything ready for camp?
Yeah, I wanna just kind of leave him to his thing, just let him do his little nerd shit. And I just want to kind of just build the fire. But I've never been inside a vault before, and I probably heard tales of these things.
Oh
So,
yeah,
what do I really
everybody
see?
has. So, are you gonna go wandering around inside the vault? I think that's
just
an excellent idea myself.
After I start the fire, I kind of do want to go wandering around and just see what I.
Right? Why wouldn't you? All right.
Yeah.
Are you being sneaky about it, or are you just walking through it? I mean, Theta came out of there. Yeah. All right.
I'm a stealth boy right now.
Yeah.
So.
Jonesy, are you going to go with him, or are you going to come out to the entrance to the vault where the scribe is working feverishly?
Joni comes into the vault entrance there, kind of waving his hands around, as I'm assuming there's like a lot of smoke now in here,
Yeah. I mean, the vault entrance is open, so the smoke is kind of
going out,
a little bit. But yeah, there's a little layer of fog up there in the window or in the ceiling.
Jonesy also, amongst his many talents, has a knack for the scientific. So maybe he will wander over to where Jessica is and kind of, what's interesting, as he's trying to figure out what she's doing.
Do you want to make a roll to see if you can figure out the controls, or maybe catch something that the scribe missed?
Sure.
Maybe she didn't get it. So go ahead and roll your science.
Okay. All right. I'm not tagged in it, but
okay, that's fine.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to give me any action points?
Do I want to give you any? No.
Yeah, you can. You give me an action point to get extra dice. You could buy up. No, okay.
No, for some reason my when I click on my science skill, my window popped. There it goes. Okay, it kind of popped up and then it disappeared, but it's there now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. No action points for you, buddy. Okay. Nope,
wow.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a lot of pretty lights on the panel.
Yeah.
And you realize that when you move the switches up and down, they go click, 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 which sounds really cool. But
it does. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Scribe Jessica, you realize that this ghoul doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's just flipping switches.
So I kind of scratches his head and kind of just looks
perplexed,
confused. Mm-hmm.
Jessica basically goes in and starts explaining how it all works.
Mm-hmm.
Like down to the super nerd science repair detail.
Yeah, and if you keep going, in a couple of minutes, you hear as the ghoul is sleeping.
No,
I'm teasing.
Obviously, this mechanism is just broken because I with my intellect, we should have.
Yeah, it's clearly ghoul prejudice, is what it is.
Yes.
It's ghoul prejudice. They didn't make these machines to work for ghouls. That's right. Clearly, the ages have not been kind. All right, there, Theta. You've had a couple of moments. You smell the fire. You vaguely saw out the corner of your eye Skipper kind of going deeper into the vault. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna set down Scott. As we call him, Prescott Edward Honeycutt III is a mouthful.
Scooter.
So we just prefer to call him Scott. Set him down, and I expect he's probably going to keep half an eye on Skipper because he's a keen potbelly pig, and has quite keen senses.
Of course.
And in the meantime, I've got no small fare in science myself, and I have a multi-tool, which may be helpful in repairing this vault door if we want to do that. I would like to kind of, after I set down Scott, kind of go over by Jessica and Jonesy and see what all the trouble is over there.
Yeah. Now on your let's see, gear.
I do also have a multi-tool.
Oh, you do. Reduces the difficulty of repair tests by 1 to a minimum of 0. All right.
Oh,
well, I will. Since you both have a multi-tool, and you're both so Jessica comes up to you, Theta. Theta comes up to you, Jessica, and she seems to kind of appears to know what she's doing. Do you make way for her to let her start working on the controls?
Yeah, I'll move aside.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and make a science roll as well. And I'll give you an extra. Well, it reduces the penalty by 1, so you need 1 success to read the diagnostics and figure everything out. Yes.
There you go.
You got your 1 success. Yeah. Basically, according to the readouts and the little screen that obviously Scribe couldn't see, it's basically telling you that the vault is out of power, and you would need a new.
I couldn't see that with my 3.
Did you get 3 successes?
I got 3 successes on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I may be seeing it on my Pip-Boy.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
pull
sure
a
if
little
that's
cable out of your Pip-Boy and plug. No,
diagnosed.
Scribe, you didn't see that. I mean, you did see that it's lacking power. That was your initial assessment. But she plugs in with her Pip-Boy, and that it comes up on a little screen on her forearm. But you come to the same conclusion that the Scribe did, is that it's out of power, and we all know that the vaults work on nuclear power. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you don't have a power cell. I assume nobody has a power cell. But
Fusion cell?
a fusion cell, yes. And the
Yeah, I've got one.
No, you need the big fusion cell, not the
Oh,
little one that
alright.
works in the pistols. You need the big
Okay.
one that works in like the powered armor suits. But Scribe Jessica knows that the Brotherhood powered armors use the same fusion cell. So if you could find a powered armor suit that had a good power cell in it, you could replace the power cell in the vault. But it is getting late, and you hear things outside. Luckily, the fire is keeping most things away, but you can hear things are moving out there.
Is there any wood left or any woody material?
There's a
left
little
here to
bit,
keep
yeah.
feeding the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
He made a decent roll, so he's able to.
Okay.
He got enough fuel to last you the night. So are you guys going to set watches?
I think we should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With,
Skipper, what are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just looking at everything you can see?
Mostly looking at everything.
Okay,
I can
why
see.
don't
just
you-
like, just kind of doing like a reconnaissance? Before.
Why don't
'Cause, like,
you-
I mean, obviously, we
Why
can't
don't-
explain this whole. We can explore this whole place.
Right. So you
like,
spend a
right
little
now.
bit of time, and you're like, I'm getting pretty deep in here. I better go back and see there's safety in numbers
Yeah.
kind of thing. So why don't you go ahead and give me a
Is there-
survival roll?
Okay.
Can Dogmeat assist anybody in the party with keen senses, or just me?
I'd have to read the perk, but
Okay.
I would say it's probably custom to you because you spent the perk for it. So
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, and if somebody
Okay.
who's watching knows better, please put notes in the comment. Well, look at you with the big
Nice,
fat
nice,
3.
nice.
You find a magazine called Guns and Ammo.
Oh, wonder what that's for.
And if you spend the night reading it, you will be able to up your small guns by 1. You'd have to spend the whole night reading it, so you wouldn't get any sleep, or you could spend time in the next couple of days reading it. So just be aware that you can put in your inventory guns and ammo. You find a box of 10mm cartridges. That's 50 rounds.
Nice.
8 rounds. That is
Yes.
nice.
And you find a syringe of unknown properties. Now, you're pretty sure if you let Scribe Jessica look at it, or maybe even the ghoul, or maybe even Theta, they might know what it is, but I don't think you have the expertise to know what it is. Do you
See about that.
do you have any ranks in medicine?
I can substitute my luck roll.
That's true.
Nice.
No,
Oh,
but I
can
don't know
you?
if I want to do that. Yeah,
That's-
you can.
That's
Yeah, he literally
Yeah.
dumped everything into luck.
But no, I'm not going to do that because, honestly, I'm just happy to find this stuff.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out when it's daytime. We've had a rough day. It's time to just eat some maggots and some blood bug.
Excellent. All right, so you go back and you do a little cooking.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me one more time. Give me your survival roll. See if you can whip up that blood bug and maggots into something edible.
Gotcha.
Not that the ghoul would care, because he doesn't.
No, good. You guys enjoy.
Come on. Yes.
Look at you.
2 successes.
So yeah, it's he actually Theta and Scribe and Jonesy. He actually, by a miracle, somehow manages to add some of that jerky he had, and the blood bug and the maggots, and he adds it all together with some water. Of course, it's not pure. Do you have purified water on your character sheet? I don't think you do.
Nope.
Yeah, so you do have water, but it's not purified. But he manages with some wild onions that he found, and maybe some bloodberries and whatever else.
Those ain't onions.
Yeah. Nobody eats onions. That'd give you a funky breath. Yeah, and he whips up actually a halfway decent stew. Some wild carrots, and does everybody partake of the meal?
I will absolutely partake of that meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone can take 1 point of rad damage.
Huh?
Huh? Well, except for the ghoul. The ghoul doesn't get it.
You guys ain't looking too good. You guys feel okay?
No, they're fine. They're fine. So basically, unless you have some sort of immunity to rad damage, you're going to take 1 point of damage to your torso. So, and what
Skippy,
you
I don't know about that water, man. It might have been, you got that back from that out of that pool,
there
a couple
you
days
go.
back. I don't know. I know your culinary skills are okay with me, but I don't know.
Yeah, is water supposed to glow green? I don't know. Is the food supposed to walk out of your bowl and go? Yeah. So everybody is fed, and you've got nice warm full bellies. The temperature's dropping a little bit, but because of Skipper's awesome survival skills, he was able to build a nice fire, and you're able to get a solid night's rest. So the rad damage doesn't go away. Skipper, do you show that needle injector to anybody, or do you keep it to yourself?
I actually do want to show the ammunition to everybody, but the book.
Well, you saw Theta. She pulled out a 10mm, so she definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna put the ammo out for everybody. Just kind of like, hey, look what I found. It's like bullets.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And but
those are mine. I dropped those on the way out of my cryo chamber. Thank you for finding them, because they're not going to do you any good, obviously.
Excellent.
So
but I'm gonna hold on to everything else though.
Oh, you're not going to show him the syringe? Okay, no, that's solid.
What syringe?
Yeah, exactly. What syringe?
Ain't no syringe.
Right.
Ain't no syringe. I like it. Scribe Jessica.
The radiation damage just reduces our health pools, right?
I believe so. We can double check it later. I haven't had a
That's what I'm
chance.
looking here.
You're looking at it? Okay.
Yeah,
So
radiation
you're minus a hit point or whatever.
So you're
not permanently, but
so like Theta's or Hilo, Theta Hilo's hit points go from 10 to 9 is basically what happens
for now. Okay.
for now.
Well, your maximum, your hit points, if you're at maximum, your maximum goes down, and you go to that if you're at max. So if you had five health and your max was 10, you go down to 9. Your health doesn't change. But if you're at 10 and you lose 1, you go down to 9.
Right.
Gotcha.
So everybody except our friendly neighborhood ghoul loses a point of.
Did we take an injury on our torso?
No, your health goes down by 1 for the radiation, right? Cosmic, is that the way you're reading it? Yeah.
Yeah, your max health.
Yeah, because you're not immune to radiation, right, Skipper? Yeah.
Nah.
Now, Theta, your jumpsuit provides radiation protection, but not if you ingest it. So, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so you eat it, and while it warms your belly, you do feel a little...
In more ways than one, yes.
Yeah, little hairs falling out. It's okay. It's okay.
My belly is glowing green.
Why am I
With
peeing
warm-
neon? But other than that, it's you guys set some watches. You go through Scribe Jessica, your communicator. You in the middle of the night. We'll say while you're on watch, it just happens to go. You beep 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 beep. You hear your communicator going off.
I perk up.
Right.
Being that I don't sleep.
Ghouls don't sleep. That's right. Are you trying to be sly? Do you step outside to take the call, or do you take it there at the entranceway as you're standing guard?
I'll probably move away from everyone.
Okay.
But not like all the way out.
Right.
Mainly if they're sleeping, I just don't want to have
Well, the ghoul's just sitting there looking at you because he doesn't sleep. It's kind of creepy. Like he hasn't moved in like 2 hours, and he's just looking at you the whole time. It's creepy.
Licking his lips a little bit.
I didn't say that. He's a civilized ghoul.
That's
Problem is if it's like a vertebrate coming in, I'm probably gonna have to kill him.
Oh,
you're gonna
easy
keep
now.
me out
Yeah,
for
well,
rather than-
it's not a vertibird. It's just your communicator is going off. Someone's trying to contact you.
Yeah.
And it's
I will.
We're all old friends here. What
Yeah.
why the animosity?
Jonesy. We're all old friends. Where's all the hate coming from?
Yeah.
Here.
Ghoul lives matter.
Here's a pamphlet on the Brotherhood of Steel. Enjoy.
It's called
Oh,
Watchtower.
I think I would assume I kind of know. Yeah, I would think I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, brotherhood equates to bad for you.
Yeah, that's no secret.
Yeah, your communicator's going off. You got like a little walkie-talkie, and it's kind of bulky. It's not.
Yeah, I'll step away from Hilo and Skipper and go ahead and answer it.
Jonesy, are you gonna try to listen in, or
Yeah,
are you gonna
I'll stealthily try to listen.
give? Are you gonna move, or are you gonna stay where you're at and just try to listen?
Well, it depends on the situation. If he walks out towards the door, if I need to be stealthy to keep within earshot, I shall do so.
He moved closer to the door. Is that correct?
I mean, I don't know. It depends. If
Yeah.
he just sits there and takes it, then I can't do anything but listen.
Yeah.
So
So, all right, go ahead and give me an perception check, Jonesy.
okay.
Straight perception.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Scribe Jessica, your communicator's going off, and you hear it's Staff Sergeant Jones. And
So what would that, or how would I do that since that's not a skill?
So you would just roll just the attribute. So when you click on the D20 down there in the macro bar, the bottom left.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You keep the D20 and you would just put whatever your perception is, which for you is a 6.
Where do I put that though?
So if you click on the roll D20 under
change it
attribute,
from a 1 to a 6. Got
yes
it.
sir,
Okay.
and then
Gotcha.
take out the skill of 1. It's
Yep,
not a
I
tag
gotcha.
skill, and just roll.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you'd like to give me some action points, you can add some extra dice. Come on, one action
the group-
point will get you an
I don't think
extra
the
dice.
group wants me to give away our only action point.
No, you're
You
giving
know,
me
I'm
one.
okay with.
See, you should have gave me
sweet.
one. So yeah, you
hang on, wait a minute, wait, hang on, wait a minute.
are you gonna spend a luck point?
No, it's a skill test, not a attribute test, so I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I've got daring nature.
Nice
okay,
try.
Well, I don't hear.
Okay.
Alright,
So
okay.
well, you hear, Charlie Brown. I know you're old enough to get that reference. So
Yeah.
Cosmic, it's Scribe Jessica. It's Staff Sergeant Jones, and he's like, Scribe, report. What have you found out?
I
Now here's the thing: do you tell him the truth or do you lie? It's the Brotherhood. It's your chain
But
of
also,
command.
we have a baby potbelly pig, so
It's
you
the
make your
wasteland.
choices.
I'm not sure where Staff Sergeant sits in the overall rankings.
He's way
Not
above you.
sure.
Let's leave it at that.
What's that?
He's a higher rank than you.
Okay. Yeah, I would answer. Basically provide a report on what happened to my unit and the fact that I am attempting to survive without any backup or resources in the area.
He's literally in shock. And do you tell him about the ghoul?
No. I don't provide details on any of my companions.
Okay. Do you tell him about the vault?
Does he ask about the vault?
No, he's asking you for a status report. He doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't know anything but what you tell him.
Right. I'm providing a report on what's happened to my unit and that I am attempting to survive in the Commonwealth. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably going through like what we've been doing to survive.
So you give them just all the boring details, but no specifics. Gotcha.
Correct.
A basic status sit rep.
Yeah, and establish that I am seeking out, like technology and things. Partly because it's something that I'm, definitely interested in doing, and not just for the Brotherhood. It's one of the reasons that I've remained with the Brotherhood. But I've also kind of been abandoned here when everyone else got whacked.
Got whacked. Nice. So he's most impressed that you have managed to survive, and on your walkie-talkie is a beacon, and he says, if you get, obviously we want you to find any technology or any vaults and report back. Obviously be careful. Your survival is pertinent to the Brotherhood. We've trained you, and you are a valuable asset. And he expresses remorse for the soldiers that were lost in battle, but that is the casualty of war. And so he just says, keep up the good fight. Make your way back to the Commonwealth HQ as soon as you can, and stay safe. And if you need immediate extraction, you can always hit the beacon on your walkie-talkie, and they'll get to you as soon as they can. But with that, he says he'll check back in 24 hours. Over and out.
So
you're kind of on your own.
Yeah. Was that an order?
How did you perceive it? I mean, I told you exactly what he said. So he is your staff sergeant, so kind of you would perceive it. How do you perceive? How do you wish to interpret it? I mean, I can always trial you for court-martial later. I mean, but you tell me how you interpreted it. He said, make your way back to the Commonwealth HQ as when it's time, when it's relevant.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want you to find tech because they need it, right? They got to kill all those damn ghouls.
Yeah, I don't know if I even know where the Commonwealth HQ is. Since
You probably don't. You don't have a map on your character sheet, do you? Yeah, probably not. I mean, you could maybe.
Also, I'm not from this area.
Right.
My unit actually came in from outside of the Commonwealth.
Right. So I mean, you could probably try survival. But then again, you've got Skipper, and the ghoul may be from this area, so they may be able to help you find it. But
right.
In the eyes of the Brotherhood, Skipper is just a scavenger. So while they probably wouldn't kill him on sight, they probably wouldn't help him either.
He's an exceptional scavenger.
Now the ghoul, there's no doubt they'd shoot him on sight. And then unfortunately, the Vault Dweller, while she seems to be upright and kind, barely, they'd probably poke and prod her and all that stuff. So it's up to you if you want to bring them back to the Commonwealth HQ.
Yeah, I don't even know where that is. So
yeah. So that's the end of the phone call. I mean, you take it for what it's worth. Finish your watch, wake up whoever's next on the watch list, and the evening will go on from there. Is there any questions or anything? Is there anything anybody wants to do while they're resting? Especially for you, Jonesy, because you don't need to sleep. So
no. After Jessica finishes talking to her communicator, I'll kind of come back, or rather, I'll wait for her to get back, and I'll say, "Is everything okay? Was that a call from home?"
Where is Jones? I wonder if he's a relation of yours.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I say underneath it all, we're all related. I mean, sister.
Is Staff Sergeant Jones? Is he part of a unit that's also part of the Capital Wasteland?
Yes. Yeah. The Commonwealth, yeah. He's based out of your unit was going there. We'll just say to meet up with them, and they lost some casualties because there's the war with the androids, which they don't talk about. And there's also, the ongoing ghoul infestation. And then, of course, there's the super mutants, which are, running rampant through the Commonwealth and have the capital and everything. So they're fighting a battle on all sides, So you guys were sent as reinforcements. And they've got one of the big, helicarriers, the big whirlybirds that the Verithopters take off from.
Vertibird?
Yeah, vertibirds take off from, the big, basically think shield helicarrier. They've got one of those. I forgot what they call them.
The Pridwin?
Yeah. It's moored there because they can float. So it's in the bay, just waiting to take off. And you get your unit before you got wiped out, and you can tell us all later how it was wiped out, whether it was rampaging Brahmin or ghouls ate them. I don't know, whatever you want. Super mutant with a nuke, a mini nuke.
Yeah. The Brahmin all run away.
The Brahmin killed you all in your sleep.
Yeah,
The most docile animal in the wasteland.
There was a gunner with a
Brahmin,
fat
they're in the trees.
Cool. All right. So the next morning comes, and that's probably
after.
Oh, go ahead.
After Jessica leaves watch and or is relieved on watch and goes to bed, Scott does go curl up next to Jessica for warmth.
Yes.
And not
it's very
as an emotional
important.
ploy.
Now, mechanically, what does dog meat do for you? It allows you to carry extra stuff?
So dog meat has a carrying weight, also has a couple of special abilities.
Okay.
So keen senses, reduces the difficulty of perception tests by 1.
Excellent.
By detecting creatures or objects which characters normally cannot. Dogmeat has an attack. Scott has an attack. And stats. When Dogmeat assists on one of your attacks, he must move within reach of the target, and he inflicts his own melee damage if the attack is successful. And then he keeps up with by levels.
Oh, so he levels up as you do.
Yes.
That's awesome. Man, shit, I want a dog meat. Can the GM get a dog meat?
No. No, you may not have Scott.
You may not
He
have
came
Scott.
with me from
He's
the
for
from the
me
back.
only. All right.
Correct.
So is there anything else anybody wants to do? Skipper? Anything? Or you're just going to enjoy your Brahmin jerky and sleep the night away?
Yeah, I think today's been pretty eventful.
It's been pretty.
I'm just gonna sleep tonight.
I can't believe I didn't get a hit on anybody. So, Jonesy, you're just chilling by the fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
yeah,
it
just
is.
taking everything in.
It is 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. I don't have anything else prepped for tonight. That was basically I wanted to get the character introductions and everything away, give you a taste of the system. And next Wednesday we'll dive a little deeper, and we kind of got a little bit of information on everybody's background. I think Skipper's the only one we don't really know much about because he's just a wastelander. But as a matter of fact, we did forget one thing. Theta, I need a luck roll from you while you were sleeping. Remember what we talked about?
The stat is down to 4 because I spent a luck point, right?
Right.
So it's just a straight luck roll.
Yep, straight luck roll. Now you can spend. You can spend points if you so desire. You can give me an action point to get an extra dice. You could give me 6 action points.
I could spend an AP, right, to get an extra die.
Yeah, you have one, so yeah, you could spend 2 more to get, and I could give you another.
Sorry, so is that 0 attribute, 4 skill, or other way around?
No, your luck. Yeah, your attribute would be whatever your luck is. Your skill would be 0.
Skill. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spend that party point to get an extra die.
What was that? Ow!
I put it there. I just banked it there for later.
Oh,
You
okay.
recall?
All right. That's different. Yeah,
that's it. Oh, I was so hoping for a 20. So hoping for a 20.
Oh man.
No successes. You have dreams.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, you guys. Each one of you through some point in the night is awoken by her kind of mewing and screaming and no, and it's not fair, and just and then like her body just shaking, and you're gonna wake in the morning not rested.
That's just from the cryo sleep.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that.
And that's why Scott went and laid next to Jessica. I kept waking him up.
Yeah, that pig was like
So
was pissed off
This
at you.
noise.
Yeah, so you're gonna be a little sleepy in the morning. So
how does one assess that?
you could make a medicine roll,
Oh,
first
could I?
aid or medicine. I think it's medicine. Yep.
Just tell her to roll over on her back.
Yeah.
With one success, yeah, she's having like what you would call night terrors. And she's sweating and she's mumbling things like, "No, don't stick that in me and get away from me, you freak."
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What?
And just I'm not a guinea pig, and just and other times it's like, it's not real, and get out of my mind. All kinds of weird things. She's just screaming out in the middle of the night.
As one does.
As one, right? It's normal, right? Everybody sleeps like this,
Yeah.
right?
Those vault dwellers. Yeah.
It's all there. That's why the world's like it is.
You right? Yeah.
I used to be human. I was somebody. So I think we'll call it there. Because I do apologize. I was at work at 5:30 this morning, so it was a long day for me. So I'm rapidly running out of steam, and I don't want to do you guys a disservice. But I hope you enjoyed it for our start. I hope everybody watching enjoyed it. We're gonna stop recording. As always, like and subscribe. Thumbs if you liked it. Subs if you loved it. I want to thank all my players. You guys hold on for a second, but I'm gonna stop recording. But I want to thank everybody out there in YouTube land for watching. I really appreciate it. A big shout out to my awesome players. All of them are amazing. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, next Wednesday, we'll record and upload it in the middle of the night. It'll be ready to watch Thursday morning. I just want to say peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice.